Hello guys, and in this video I'm just gonna go through how you can create an indicator that can show you when a particular candlestick type that you might define has appeared or has been made. So to make things simpler, so that when you're writing a code it doesn't get cluttered and stuff, I've created a struct called Ken, short for candle. I didn't want to write too long since we're going to be using it quite a lot. So in this structure it is the double, open, close, low, high, body size, candle size, and upper wick size and lower wick size, and a boolean to tell whether if this candle is a bullish candle or a bearish candle. And then after that, so I hope you just copy this. After that, I have a function which I've defined, which takes in a function set candle data again, which takes in a candle structure, this one, meaning that you have to make it and then call this function to initialize it, but we'll get to that later. But for now, let me just tell you the input parameters. So this is the candle which we want to set the data, and then we have the constant int I, meaning that like the index where we want to take the data from. So I made it a constant so that you can't change it by mistake. If you put a 0, it will always be a 0 in this function. If you try to change it, it will not allow you. It will give an error. And then the time frame which you want to look at the candle. Okay, so here it's in time frame F, short for time frame, and then I've set it to a default value of period current, meaning that if you are just using it in one time frame, you don't need to put in this value. It will be placed by default. But if you're working with two time frames, maybe the other one is a 5 minute and the other one is an H1, and you want to get data of a candle from an H1 time frame, then you put in H1, but otherwise you can leave it and it will just compile. So here I am setting the data, candle high, setting to I high, the symbol, the time frame, and then low, open, close. I'm doing the same with this inbuilt mt5 functions. And then after that, I'm checking if this candle is a bull. So here I'm using a ternary operator. First of all, I'm checking if the candle close is greater than the open, meaning that this candle was a bullish candle, meaning that it opened below and closed above. So if that's the case, then this candle is a bullish candle and I set it to true, otherwise I'll set it to false. And then the body size, it's candle open minus the candle close. But since we might get a negative value out of this, I use mat absolute, so that even if it's a negative value, I'll always get a positive value on this body size. And then on the candle size, I'm saying candle high minus candle low. The reason why I didn't put mat dot absolute here is because the high will always be the high and the low will always be the low. There's no way that the low is going to be higher than or something like that. So here there's no need for mat abs. So that's how we get the candle size. So this is like the overall candle size, including the wicks and everything. And here I'm calculating the lower wick. And again, for this one, I need to know if it's a bullish candle or not. So if it's a bullish candle, obviously the lower wick, I'm gonna have to say candle 1 dot open minus candle 1 dot low, and if it's not a bullish candle, then it's candle 1 dot close minus candle 1 dot low. And same goes for the upper wick. If it's a bullish candle, then candle high minus candle close, and then else. Then we'll process that, and then after that we would have successfully set all the candle data we need in order to make our life easier when we are calculating candlestick patterns. So let me just start with one candlestick type. So for starters, I'm going to start with if it's a pin bar. Some call it a hammer or an infinite hammer, but I'm just going to call it a pin bar in this case. So the parameters are, we need to know if it's a bullish, if you are looking for a bullish pin bar or we're not looking for a bullish pin bar. So if you set this to true, it means that we're looking for a bullish pin bar. If it's false, then you're looking for a bearish pin bar. And then we pass in the candle data, so it needs to read the candle. So that's the reason why we made everything, like we set it over here so that we can just take in the data. We don't need to write so many lines of code, because everything already will be in there. So in this part, I'm saying candle, and then so it's bull. I'm creating a results. It's short for results. Red is short for results, and I'm setting it to false. Then after that, I'm gonna check if this parameter passed in is true. So I just said if bullish, and then that means if bullish equals to true. That's the shortcut for what I've just said. And then and then in this function, in this if statement, I'm searching if the candle dot upper wick is less than the candle size times times 10% really. So the candle size, if you remember, we said is the overall candle size, including the low and the high. So it means the total candle, like the distance it moved. We're not looking at the close price over here. So if the upper wick, that tiny part, let me see if I can pinpoint yeah, like this one. Only that this one is not okay. There it is. So this one right over here. Where is it? So this let's just say in this example, okay, let's just take this one. Let's just say this one was picked to be a bullish pin bar. So you're saying that if this part is it should be less than 10% of this whole candle here. Okay, so that's this statement right here. And if this candle dot body size is less than or equal to candle size times 30% of this overall body size, meaning that this should be 30% of this whole body size, or less, 30% or less of this whole body size. So this is the part where you can change on where you're dictating your pin bars or something like that. So we do that. Then candle dot lower wick size, it should be greater than the candle overall size by 60% or less, but 60% equal to 60% or greater than 60%. That's a pin bar. And then this part is just the reverse of what I just explained there. So if you see reverse, and then so if that is true, we set our rest to true, and then we return rest. Okay, then that will be done. All right, and then let's go to another candlestick, which is two of them, so that you can get used to how you can use the system. So there's bullish engulfing pattern. Again, we wanna tell the computer that we're looking for a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. So this is the parameter for it. And this time we need two candles, so we put in two candle structures. Then here, bull, and then we create a results, set it to false so that we can return it later. Okay, so if the candle one dot is bull, so in this all I'm doing in this if statement is checking if all the candles are not the same, like in this instance we wouldn't want us to be searching for any engulfing pattern here because they're all the same. But if it was like this or like this, then we want to search for an engulfing pattern. So, and then here I'm saying that if the candle 1 dot body size is less than the candle 2 dot body size, so what I'm saying here is that if this candle, right, is less, the body size is less than this candle, then we don't want to do it. Let's just say, for instance, where can I find okay, right here. Okay, so this one we'll never be looking for engulfing in this kind of setup because this candle is too big for this candle, so there will never be an engulfing pattern, so we return false. And here all I'm saying is that if the candle 2 dot body size is greater than the candle 1 dot body size times 60%, meaning that even though this is an engulfing pattern, if we were to actually calculate it, but it's not ideal. Like I don't see this as an engulfing pattern, but again, you can tune this to